Hello and happy Tuesday from this Tuesday baby at Radically Rational and at radicallyrational.com. We start with football because I like that. The Bolts are in. The LA Chargers are in the AFC playoffs, and they are absolutely talented enough to challenge the Chiefs, the Bills, and the Bengals in the AFC. And keep in mind, they're going to get Joey Bosa back pretty quickly. So, yeah, that's a good-looking team, even though their offense didn't play all that well last night. So, the Bolts' biggest problem is going to be overcoming their impetuous, random, where in the world are you coming from, head coach, Brandon Staley. Of course, having a clueless head coach is no longer a problem shared by the Denver Broncos. They took care of that yesterday. And let me say this sincerely, I hate seeing anybody lose their job. And on a personal level, I have never heard anything other than wonderful things about Nathaniel Hackett. But I'm not sure I've ever seen a bigger coaching train wreck in the NFL. So now I'm listening to the pundits and everybody saying Sean Payton is the next guy in Denver. What? Are you kidding me? Sean Payton don't need that. Sean Payton can take his pick. So you're going to coach the Denver Broncos, and you're going to inherit Russell Wilson and Russell Wilson's contract and Russell Wilson's bird and Russell Wilson's baggage? And let's get this straight. We're kind of seeing who Russell Wilson really is. Once again, I think Pete Carroll looks wiser than a tree full of owls. He knew what was going on, and he made the right move despite the fact that his Seahawks are now fading a little bit. But Sean Payton as the coach of the Broncos, I don't think so. And Russell Wilson has a bigger problem right now than the fact that he's suddenly forgotten how to play quarterback. He has forgotten how to be a human being and a teammate. The word I keep hearing is unrelatable. He is, in fact, the Stepford quarterback. And then there's Tua, and I don't know what to make about this. Because from a human standpoint, Tua is the anti-Wilson. Tua's a good guy. He's a good teammate. He's a good human being. I know he's back in the concussion protocol now, and that is a concern. But from a football standpoint, I'm going to restate the concerns I had at the beginning of the year and really at the beginning of his career. He's a sight thrower. He's late. He does not anticipate. He locks in on one receiver, and he cannot read zone defenses. So early in the year, it looked like the Dolphins could not win without Tua. Now I'm afraid they may not be able to win with him. All right, concussions. We're all concerned about concussions, and we're thinking about that because of Tua. But I mean this. We may have a bigger problem in the NFL than just concussions. Did you see that attempted assassination last night in Indy? I am genuinely concerned that we're going to see somebody die on a football field, and I am not kidding in the slightest. On a little more cheery note, bowl season begins in earnest for me like today and tonight. You know, we got all the little guppy bowls out of the way. Now it's getting good, starting with Wisconsin versus Okie State late tonight. And I will stay up to watch that, BB, because I'm a rebel that way. Okay, on the political and societal side. Hey, the newly elected Congressman Santos, he says he's sorry. What the hell do you want? And let's get this straight. He didn't say that he had worked for Goldman Sachs. He said he had worked for Goldman Snacks. And I'm looking at him and I absolutely believe him. Seriously though, this guy lied about his background, lied about his work history, lied about his education, lied about his sexual orientation. He lied about everything. And then in typical GOP fashion, he's now telling us it's no big deal. And that has become the GOP's defense on everything. Nothing's a big deal. Nothing's a big deal. Hey, everybody lies. Look, let's get this straight. There's never been a human being in history who did not tell some untruths. But let's not act like this is evenly spread across the political spectrum or equally weighted in severity. This has become the exclusive property of the modern day tribal GOP. There's nothing you can do to get excommunicated. Nothing. As long as Kevin McCarthy can count on your vote, and as long as you hate the same people that all the other pseudo-Republicans hate, you're fine. There's only one thing you can do to get excommunicated. Tell the truth. Ask Liz Cheney. Ask Adam Kinzinger. Think about this. There's only one thing you can do to get kicked out of the clubhouse. Tell the truth. We can't have that. Now, can we? We got a lot of problems. But in my mind, I've distilled this one to a central one. We're never going to recapture our integrity. We're never going to get back on track until we re-stigmatize and denormalize lies and effing liars. Think about the things in really pretty recent political history. You know, little stuff that just got you completely kicked off the reservation for one, or the railroad tracks for one reason or another. Howard Dean goes, woo! And he's gone. And now we got a guy that tried to overthrow the government of the United States. No big deal. Human behavior is really interesting, but also really intricate and really confusing, and that includes mine. So last night, BB and I go out to dinner with some dear friends and their little daughter. And we went to a Mexican food restaurant along with 457,000 other San Antonians. And it's a good place. And usually, I'm one of those guys that kind of stresses over the menu. I don't know if I want that. I don't know if I want that. For whatever reason, I went straight to the pure goo Tex-Mex. I haven't done that in 20 years. But it was done with resolve. There was never any doubt I was going to do that. Why did I do it? Because I could. A mind is a terrible thing, but we're still radically rational.